Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm still asleep. So I am sleep talking to you. Suddenly hear snoring, no one panic. Hey TG, hey little see, told you. Hi little Debbie. Hello, Thomas. Uh, oh good God. You're gonna make me an intro? Thank you, TG. I definitely need it. Yeah, that shit with Cajun was that's fucked up. But it, it is good that they didn't shut him down. They just targeted the video itself, which is what they should have done last time. They should not have shut down his channel. But I'm glad he was able to get that straightened out by editing the video. You know, I mean, even I watch my mouth when if I go on Cage's panel because that's how his channel is. I mean, you have to have respect for the person who's running the channel. So hope everyone is doing well this morning. Um, there was a problem towards the end of Cajun's live the other day. What, Friday? Was it Friday? Yeah. Um, his video got flagged because flipping the bird and saying "fuck you" to the chat by someone on the panel was not something that um well, I'm sure someone had reported it. Someone got offended about it and reported it, but yeah, because I mean, I say "fuck you" and give people the bird all the time on my channel. You know what I mean? But I'm not monetized, and that's the thing too, is it will flag it if you're monetized. Um, I don't know if you got the monetization back for that video, but it got taken off of there too. So you are so Nazi. It's a good thing that YouTube doesn't nail you for lying, TG, because damn girl, you'd be gone. Yeah, the monetization. See, the problem too is that if somebody reported it, um, because a person on the panel offended them, it's not the person on the panel that's going to get the backlash. It's the channel owner. So, yeah. But man, if I were Cajun and I saw that little red mark next to that live, I would have been having a severe panic attack. Like, oh no, not again. You know. Oh, I can't even imagine. I'm glad he got it straightened out with the video though. Yep. Responsible for everything that happens on your live, which is kind of messed up in a way because you can't control someone else's mouth. But it's kind of like if somebody walks across the back of your property and they break their leg, they can sue you. They're trespassing. They're not supposed to be there, but they could sue you if they get hurt on your property. Yeah. Morning, Jennifer. Yeah, yeah, but well, I mean, I'm able to behave myself. I've been on Cage's panel, and not a single cuss will come out of my mouth. You know, I've been on other channels and I don't swear. But this is my channel and I'm not monetized, so fuck it. Now, if I ever get monetized, it is possible that I won't be able to have as free a speech as I do. But if I'm making money, I can handle that. You know what I mean? I'll stop cussing for cash. GG. Yep, exactly, Thomas. Exactly. So it is very gloomy here today. Very overcast. Perfect napping weather, which for me would be sleeping weather because I did not sleep last night. I think I slept for, I don't know, a total of an hour and a half or so. Um, and that includes the hour I got before I woke up and hit go live. So Kodi is tired. TG's such a fibber. Uh, yeah, I don't know what the temperature is. I can check it. Dibble's going on a trip. I'm jealous. In a way, I would not want to deal with an airport. I mean, I had a hard enough dealing with the Atlanta airport when I was able to walk. I definitely would not be able to deal with them while I'm in a wheelchair. So it just, no. When are you leaving, Dibble? Yep, Dibble gonna go play at Nana's house. Yeah, Thomas, it happens that way. People like to work. That's okay. 1:25 p.m. tomorrow. Wow, that's specific. Be there at 11:30. Yeah. Sorry. Please enjoy this moment of silence. I gotta make some noise, so I'm gonna mute. Okay, that was fun. Whew. Sorry. I was not, bitch. Damn. It's my channel, not TG's channel. Come on. I forgot to put the cat food down. And then when I went to put the cat food down, I realized I hadn't refilled the bag. So I went to grab the bin, and the cats in their lovely catness had shushed it away from where it was supposed to be. So I almost fell off the bed trying to reach it. Yeah, it's a process. It was fun. Uh, so Wednesday, my power went out during my live. So hopefully that won't happen today. Good morning, my Susanna. And good morning, Tina. How the fuck are ya? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So Thursday, I got an email from PayPal saying that my transaction went through to Sony Entertainment. And I was like, what? Because I didn't purchase anything from Sony Entertainment. So I went into my PayPal, and apparently someone hacked my PayPal and took all of my money and paid it to Sony Entertainment, PlayStation, and even set up reoccurring payments. So they set up monthly payments with my account for $75. I'm like, what? I'm like, that was all the money I had for food and whatever. I was like, oh shit. So I immediately protested it. I disputed it with PayPal. And so they found in my favor. So they stopped the transaction. And then the case goes under review. No, Danny May, he doesn't have access to any of that. He's got his own money. He pays for his own PlayStation stuff. And so it said it could take up to 5 days or possibly longer for me to get my money back. And I'm like, fuck. Still haven't heard from Social Security. So the items that I was going to ship, I still had those 4 things to ship. Oh, Susanna, by the way, I need your address, honey. I couldn't do the labels. I didn't have it. I had 0 balance on my account. I was freaking out. And I'm like, I just swore that I would get that. I'm telling you, Danny May, I couldn't make this shit up if I tried. I swore that I would get the last 4 packages out, well, 3, because I don't have Susanna's address. And I couldn't do it. I was like, oh no, not again. And so this morning, the money was back in my account. I just emailed Jabby too to let him know what was going on. And I had bought something from Jabby, so I had to cancel that invoice because it was altogether it was only $8, but I can't spare the $8, so I had to cancel that because my electric bill is now 3 days overdue, and I cannot risk not having power. So I had to use pretty much the last of my food money. I have $28 to get food for the next couple of weeks. Yay! Because my electric bill was past overdue, and when I went in and looked on the account, it was all these red print screaming at me. So I had to pay my electric bill. So I'm like, oh. But when I checked my my debit card for my disability money, it said I have a pending deposit for my SSI, the small amount. It's like $33. So if I have a pending deposit, wouldn't that mean that they found in my favor that because I'm getting money in November? See, I got that. I did get my SSI deposit for October, but I got it the last day of September. So it hadn't counted yet for October being shut off. I'm telling you, Jennifer, I had a boss once tell me if it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have any at all. I do. I have horrible luck. So I'm hoping it only told me about the pending. It won't tell me if I have the large amount pending until the beginning of the month because they only tell you about pending deposits like 2 or 3 days in advance. But I am getting the SSI, so I'm hoping that means I'm getting my SSA, SSDI, whatever you want to call it, the larger amount, so that I have my money for November. Danny Mae, from what I understand, Paul was on panel and they were trying to tell him how to make short videos for YouTube. And Ella went on there and helped explain it. And something happened in the chat or whatever. Paul felt he was under attack or that people were coming at him wrong or something. And he flipped the bird and said, "Fuck you" to the chat. Yeah, Paul said it. So when Cajun went to check his analytics and everything, he saw the red mark next to his live, and it got demonetized. So he lost money for that video, and he had to edit the video. He had to edit that part out of the video and then resubmit it. They did accept it and took the mark off. So Cajun's okay, but he should not have had to go through that. Paul knows better than to act like that on Cajun's channel. I mean, if he was offended by something, he could have been like, all right, well, the chat seems to be antagonistic, so I'm going to go. You know, I mean, I wasn't there. I'm not a witness, so I don't know what was said in the chat. I don't know, you know what I mean? I'm just going by what people were saying when Cajun did a live on it. He's got a video up on what happened. It's titled, "I'm so sorry. I am so sorry." And Cajun's new policy for people coming up on panel is that if you want to come up on panel, you let him know and he sends you the link either in an email or through Messenger. Yeah. So he won't be putting the link up on the, like, pinning it at the top anymore. And although I'm kind of confused about that because he would have let Paul in if Paul had said, "Hey, I want to come on." You know what I mean? So he would have sent Paul the link privately anyway. He always screens people. You have to show your face and he has to know who you are. So I don't know what sending the link privately would change. But yeah, I mean, everybody knows to behave on Cajun's channel. It's not this one. There you go. Thank you, TG. I mean, I behave on Danny Mae's channel too. I don't cuss like a sailor like I do on my channel. You know, I think a big part of it is because Johnny's monetized. So I think that made a big difference to how YouTube reacted to it. But I'm glad he was able to fix it and be able to put the video back up. I don't know if they monetized it, but he was able to put the video back up. I didn't, Debbie. I never check people's community tabs. I have one too. I'm like, oh, well, that's good. Unless someone says, hey, go check out the post on my community tab, I don't pay any, because I don't go to people's channels to their, I'll go to their channel to look for a video, but I don't just troll randomly through people's community tabs. Well, so far my day has been about 40 minutes long. So aside from almost falling off the bed trying to reach the cat food container, yeah, it's okay. Tired. I will be going back to sleep after this. I have to be going to bed. It's not nap time, it's bedtime. Of course, I only sleep for an hour or so at a time, so all of my sleep time is nap time, but yeah, everybody has a community tab now because YouTube changed. They also changed the layout. They added things. They did all kinds of different things. So I did notice that Paul canceled his shows that he had scheduled. I'm sure he doesn't want to deal with the backlash of what happened. So like I said, I don't know what set him off, but there were better ways to handle it. Oh, there you go. Thomas saw it. Yeah, unless someone draws attention to their community tab or whatever. I don't. Nope. No notifications for community tab, which is why I don't. It's not a thing. I mean, if I got notifications like so and so posted on their community page or whatever, then yeah, I would probably be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go check it out. But yeah, they don't give you a notification. So unless you go to people's channels and click on their community tab, you don't know that they posted. Although I have noticed if I go on off my subscription page and I just go on to YouTube general, the general YouTube page, if I scroll down, there'll be a little section from people that there'll be like three posts where you get a blurb of what people have posted on their community page. So, but I don't go on that page that often, only when there's nobody live or nothing to watch. Yeah, but Debbie, he also knows you don't cuss on Cajun's channel. I mean, everybody knows you behave on Cajun's channel. It's just general knowledge. He could have handled it better. I mean, people were there to help him. So, like I said, I wasn't there. I'm not a witness. I was so tired, and I was moderating for Ella on Thursday, or Friday, well, Thursday and Friday. So right after Victoria's show, I laid down and took an hour nap. Yeah, I see them when I scroll on the YouTube homepage, but like I said, I don't go on that page that often either. And people have been especially careful on Cajun's channel because of him losing his previous channel. So he let his temper get a hold of him. From what it sounds like, he let his emotions get a hold of. But, I mean, I don't think he did it on purpose. No, but yeah, if you get notifications, it would come down in my notification list that Debbie had posted something. So yeah, I mean, I would have to go to everybody's channel individually, and I have like 340 something subscriptions. I'd have to go to everybody's channel and click on their community tab to see if they posted something. So no, that's not something that's in my purview at this point. You know, if I'm not doing it on Facebook, I'm not doing it on YouTube. Unless someone draws attention to it. Hey, you know, I need you guys to check out my community tab, blah blah blah. Hey, Wonder Woman. Hi, Wendy. So I remember that. I remember because I just went and checked Devil's community tab. I remember that. You all were loud. And they left me hanging on a table while I was on the phone with them, so that was fun. I got abandoned on a table. Good night, Thomas. Well, Danny Mae, it's not like she has a Wonder Woman signal or anything. You're gonna have to try and email her or something, or message her on Facebook. Sorry, I told you I was tired. I'm over here yawning. Right? TG, stop that. There you go, Danny Mae. Danny Mae, always so needy. Take a treat. Pig needs treat. He got to keep that chunk of butt. Oh. Simi was guarding me yesterday while I was eating. The cat went to jump up on the bed, and the dog was like, "Aw, Pig loves me." She would not let the cat on the bed because I was eating. It was so funny. I was like, I don't know what you're guarding it for. You're not getting any. But I guess she figures if she can't have any, neither can the cats. So, damn, I keep yawning like this. This is going to be a short live because I'm going to have to lay down. Oy. Anyways, we're getting some. There we go. That's better. My chat looked weird without that little blue box at the top. Clothes would probably be good, Dibble, or they might not let you on the plane. You'll never make it through the airport naked. How long is the flight? Like, how long are you going to be on the plane? She has to be at the airport at 11:30 tomorrow morning. 1.5 hours. As long as you're able to get your footwear on and off. I don't know if they still check footwear, but I had to take my shoes off, and believe me, for a fat person to try to put their shoes on in public is very uncomfortable. So make sure you can take your shoes on and off easily. I was amazed at how many people were wearing flip flops at the airport. Just wear something comfortable because you'll be on the plane for an hour and a half, but you got to be at the airport at 11:30, which is what 2-3 hours before your flight. So make sure you wear something comfortable. And I hope you don't get stuck sitting next to somebody like I did. Oh my god, that guy was annoying. Well, she might be able to come, Debbie, but she's not going to be able to go to Pennsylvania. I got stuck next to a very large man, and me being very large made for the entire situation to be doubly uncomfortable. Um, who brought a Subway sandwich Italian with him, so I had to smell that the entire flight from Atlanta to wherever I think I had to stop over. Cat, if you get on that, I'm going to kick your ass. Get off of there. You will cause an avalanche that I will not be able to recover from. And I can't remember if there was if I had to switch planes or not, but I went from Atlanta to California, and I just know that God, that sandwich stunk. And then he just balled up the wrapper and threw it under the seats in front of him. And I'm like, wow, rude. People have to pick up after you. What do you think? You got maid service on this flight? And he kept burping the rest of the time. Oh, it was horrible. It was definitely not the flights of my childhood. So I know Dibble's going to Pennsylvania. What's everybody else doing this weekend? I'm nosy. Not a damn thing. Yeah, I hear that. What's another thing you don't like to do at Johnny's? Are you typing in the wrong chat? Because that was random. What are you talking about? Oh, nice. Oh, drop your link. Yeah. Yeah, that link is not really appropriate at Cajuns. Stevie Nicks. I love Stevie Nicks. I've never been to a concert of any kind. I mean, at a club, yeah, but not a concert. Hey, casual. I almost got to go see AC/DC when I was a teenager. Free ticket and everything. Free ticket, free limo, free hotel room. It was the hotel room that caused my mom to go, oh, hell no. So I wasn't allowed to go. Any new news? Well, I got hacked on Thursday, and they stole all my money out of my PayPal, which I just got back this morning, like half an hour after I sent Jabby an email explaining why his package didn't get shipped and why I couldn't pay for the thing that I had wanted his treasures to die for. Yep, hacked on PayPal. They decided to pay for stuff on PlayStation and even set up reoccurring payments. Um, luckily, PayPal sends me an email that said, your transaction has gone through. And I'm like, what transaction? When that transaction was made, I was moderating for Ella, and I don't get anything from Sony. So I'm like, what? Yeah, I was able to stop the payment, and then they had to review the case, and but they got $75 for me. So yeah, I was freaking out. That's all the money I had. Haven't heard from Social Security yet, although I did check my my disability debit card, and it says I'm getting a deposit on the 1st. My small amount, and I get $33 from SSI, and then my larger amounts from what it says SSA deposit. So that's the money I live on. It didn't say anything about that one, but I'm hopeful that because it does say I'm getting a deposit that they've cleared up my account. Hopefully, because it's been a week. A week. It was a week yesterday that my mom got the paperwork back in and dropped it off, and I will only have Monday in order to make phone calls. So, because then my phone's getting shut off because I can't pay that bill right now. Yay! I'm telling you, it's always something. So, yeah, I did, and I got my electric bill paid because it's overdue, and I can't do without power because one, no power, no internet. Yeah, the landlord still collects his money in cash. He got his rent. Um, but if I lose power, all my food's gonna go bad. So, and I won't be able to cook anything anyway. So yeah, I had to pay the electric bill. So I got like $28 left for food. Luckily, I don't need that much. So yeah, it's always something. Don't put my Tig in timeout. You're whiny like a baby. Yeah, I got the internet bill paid. Took that money out of the food money too, and got the electric bill paid, and found out that my the electric bill that I have due coming November is like $20 less than what this bill was. So that's a nice switch. I just need the money to pay that, but it's not due until the 28th. Yeah, I did get all the bills paid. It took a while, but I got them all paid. If it wasn't for a YouTube angel helping me out with the rent money, I would have been screwed. You have no idea how grateful I am to that person. Um, Although we couldn't get it off my PayPal card. So that's why my mom took money out of her account. And then I used my, hey, Patrick, I used the money that was on my PayPal for ordering food, and then my mom would just pick it up instead of her going and shopping and paying for it. But that was supposed to last, but of course, bills, that you need to live, like water and electricity and my internet. But I don't have the money for my phone yet, so we'll just keeping fingers crossed that that money does come through on my account, and then I'll be able to pay it. Craziness. And I mean, I want to do another sale, but I still have 4 packages I have to get out. So, and they've been having to go out forever. Yeah, my trash is included with my rent, but my water's not. So, I don't I don't feel right doing a sale where I haven't been able to get packages out. It's like I'm gonna end up with a reputation. It's like, oh yeah, buy from Kodi and then wait 6 months to get your shit. I feel bad. Although I did solve the problem of having to get the laptop out to my studio to do the shipping because I brought my printer into my room. So my label printer is now in my room. So all I have to do is plug that in and hook it with my computer, and I can print my labels in here and then just carry the labels back out. I can put those in the bag on the back of my wheelchair and take the labels out and then pack everything out and put labels on everything. So I did solve that problem. So the whole, if my mom is here for like 5 seconds, won't matter. I can basically do my shipping, my labels whenever I need to now. So that's a good thing. Now it's just the money part of it that's the problem. And there was that one day the mail didn't even show up, but everybody's stuff did get out. Dibble, did you get your package? You should have. You were supposed to get yours on the 27th. Yay. Was everything okay? I mean, nothing got smashed or anything, did it? I have no idea what that is, Casual. If it's something that doesn't show up on a late night talk show, I don't have any clue what it is because I don't watch the news. I get all my news from Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah, saying the court case trial, I still have no idea what you're talking about. Ah, cool, Dibble. I'm glad. All right, so who's Daryl Brooks? Don't make me look him up. Come on. Oh, okay. Huh. I didn't even know that was a thing. The only thing I think I've heard about in the news, well, on the talk show, was the that foul mouth racist guy that um was saying that the Sandy Hook thing was all made up and all that, and offended a crap ton of people, and he got sued and has to pay like $1 billion or something. And he's like, "Oh, good luck for them getting their money." I'm like, "Yeah." So I don't know. What an asshole. Hmm. Well, he sounds like a piece of work. Sovereign citizen. Then tell him to go talk to the Guardians of the Galaxy. He's on the wrong planet for that shit. And unless he's all gold. Oh, sorry. Cat, I told you before, stay off of there. Yeah. Life in jail. So taxpayers can pay for his life for the rest of his life. If he's eligible for parole, it's not even life. Yeah. Definitely a wackadoodle. I had someone when I was working at the gas station when they wanted to buy cigarettes and beer, and I said I needed their ID. The guy was around 50 or so, and he's like, "Well, what makes you think I have an ID?" I'm like, "Everybody has to have an ID." He goes, "Well, I am a citizen of the universe, and the universe doesn't give IDs." I said, "Well, then you're gonna have to talk to the universe about getting your beer and your cigarettes because you're not getting them here." Morning, Bonnie. So he hands me an ID that does not have a picture on it. Now it states very clearly, I told you I'd whack you. Stay off of there. States very clearly, posted signs, that in order to buy tobacco products or alcohol, you have to have a state issued picture ID. It had no picture on it. I was like, there's no picture on this. He goes, because I do not feel that anything should capture my soul and I refuse to have my picture on it. I was like, well, you're getting refused for beer and cigarettes too. Yeah. And he's like, I want to talk to the manager. I'm like, all right, but he's not going to be happy that I have to call him for this. So I had to call Earl. Yes, my boss's name was Earl. And he came down, he looked at the ID. He goes, we can't accept this. So he wouldn't sell anything to him either. Man, was that guy pissed. But yeah, you can state religious reasons and not have a picture on your ID, which, I mean, it defeats the whole purpose of having an ID, because ID stands for identification. So you can't identify somebody if there's nothing to match to on the ID. You know what I mean? I'm like, what's wrong with you? So yeah, I'm a citizen of the universe. Yeah, we all are, pal. Now show me an ID. Meet some strange people when you go out in public, especially when you work with the public. Like the 16-year-old who used to sing Jesus Loves You really loud every time he came to the gas station. Yeah, he was fun. I told him, I said, if Jesus loved me, he wouldn't keep sending you here. How's everything going, Bonnie? Oh, that's what Cindy's looking at out the window. Her boyfriend's on the porch next door. Good, I'm glad. Glad things are going great. I like to hear other people having good luck. Things going well. Somebody has to because me. Bye, bitch. Have a great weekend. Don't ground my Tig. No timeouts for Tig. Give him treats. He's a good boy. Yay. What time are you doing a show on Monday, Danny May? I'll set an alarm so I'm there. Aw, birthday parties. Oh, cool. Friends. I remember hanging out with friends. Now I hang out online with my friends. Well, happy birthday to Ruger. I'm not going to sing. That's my present. My gift to all of you is me not singing. Cool. Okay. I'll make sure I'm up because that's usually either nap time or I'm moderating somewhere, but I don't have anything. Well, I don't know if I have anything going on Monday. If my moderating with is about to get real is kind of up in the air. I told her I was good to moderate, and she said, "Oh, cool." And I said, I had been good, but she hadn't been sending me the links. And then the next time she had an auction, she didn't send me the link again, so I have no idea. But if I don't get a link for a 2 o'clock show, then I'll be there. Talon was like that too. My godson's birthday is the 1st. He'll be 9. Too old. He's growing up. Although he does not get to go trick or treating this year. I asked Issa what Talon's costume was, and she goes, "He's not trick or treating." I was like, "What do you mean he's not trick or treating?" And she goes, "Well, he's not allowed to have candy, so there's no point in him trick or treating." I was like, "But he could still dress up. You could donate the candy to his aunt, and things like that." But yeah, she's like, "No, he'll live." I'm like, "So this poor kid has to go to school with kids going, 'What are you gonna be for Halloween?' and him going, 'Nothing.'" I can only imagine how miserable that must be. Stop looking at me like I owe you money, dog. I'm touching my stuff on my bed. What are you looking at me like I'm disturbing you for, dog? Oh, that's adorable. That's good costumes right there. Absolutely. Don't forget to take lots of pictures, Bonnie. Who is what, Dibble? Wendy was enterprising even back then. I sold candy when I was in elementary school. My aunt had this huge container of like penny candy back in the day, penny candy, like the bit of honey and Swedish goldfish and the hard candies and all that. And I, whenever I was at my grandmother's house, I'd grab like handfuls of it and sneak it home, and then I'd bring it to school and sell it for a quarter a piece. I made a lot of money selling candy to kids in school till I got caught, and then I got in trouble. But I gave back rubs for a quarter when I was in high school. Just back rubs in class. Everybody was dressed. It was very clean, but I gave really good back rubs. So it was like, come on, rub my back. I'm like, give me a quarter. And they did. So, boom, my business was born. Made a lot of money there too. My jaw just cracked when I yawned. Not a good sign. My heat just kicked in. Yeah, see, that didn't work in high school because we had a school store and they had candy in it. And the candy was like the candy bars were like 50 cents. So, yeah, you could buy all kinds of stuff at the school store from clothes and bags and hats and all that with school logo on it to notebooks, pencils, pens, candy, drinks, all of that. And they opened it in the morning and after school. Like when school, that last bell rang, that school store door opened, and you were waiting in line. People were missing their bus to go to the school store. But you could not buy back rubs at the school store, so that's why I made money doing that. Where there's a will, there's a way, I suppose, right? There you go, Jennifer. Yeah, I just think, I think it's a shame that there's no like medical reason that Talon can't go trick or treating, like diabetes or something like that. Um, and I think trick or treating is an integral part of being a kid. You look forward to being able to dress up in something silly and show up your costume and go around and get free candy, and it's kind of a kid thing. And I think it's a shame that he's not going to be able to do that this year. I'm glad that they're in a healthier lifestyle. And this is due to the boyfriend. Because when Issa was living here, she was giving Talon chocolate chip cookies for fucking breakfast and stopping at the store and getting candy on the way to take him to school and letting him eat candy. And the kid, unless I made the meals, the kid did not eat healthy. So I'm glad that they're healthier, but there are exceptions. Doesn't mean that he has to eat all of it. You know, like I said, they have an aunt they can donate it to. Meaning me. But to let him participate in something, I just feel bad for him. John used to love to try and dress up. I still have the hat that John was going to wear. Well, that he did wear the last Halloween that he was around. When my mom pulled that out of the closet, I started to cry too. Eh, I couldn't really do too much with Halloween with my kids because I couldn't afford costumes and they didn't want to wear something homemade. And again, my son just wanted to stay home and play video games. He didn't really care. Um, so I couldn't do all that much for my kids, and I feel bad that I couldn't do all the things that my mom was able to do for me. You know, I mean, I had birthday parties and holidays were great, and you know, and my kids' childhood for parties and celebrations and stuff pretty much sucked at my house. When I moved here, then my mom had their birthday parties at their house, but it was just family. It wasn't kids or anything. You know, they didn't get to have their friends over and stuff like that. Oh, Jennifer, that's scary. I don't know what my grandkids are doing. I mean, my grandson is 17, my granddaughter's 15, so they're kind of out of that stage. My granddaughter will probably go hang out with her boyfriend or something. I don't know. My grandson will be at home gaming because his mother will probably be at her boyfriend's. I don't know. It's a mess over there. Morning, Bobby. Yeah, Snickers were never really my thing either. Mm-mm. I like Milky Ways. Milky Ways and Reese's peanut butter cups were my favorite. I bought myself a Cadbury Caramello for Halloween instead of, morning, Mr. Jim. Instead of buying a big bag of candy, which, I'm the only one here, so I would end up eating that whole bag of candy and then I wouldn't be able to move at all. I just bought myself one candy bar, and then my mom brought me three Russell Stover pumpkins. So I had a treat. She's like, "Here, happy Halloween," and she handed me the little baggie with my pumpkins in it. It was cute, cool. Nice, Bonnie. Yeah, and funny enough, my parents were not that into chocolate and candy and stuff. So I usually got to keep the majority of what I got. There was no Halloween tax on my candy. We did Halloween tax on Talon's candy when he got to go trick or treating. But the last time Talon went trick or treating, he got to go with his dad and his mother, and they went the animal shelter here. Pause did a trick or treat thing, and he specifically asked them if he could have a couple of extra little Reese's peanut butter cups because they were his aunt's favorite, and that I lost a foot and couldn't go trick or treating with them. So they let him take a few. And he came home. He goes, "Here, Auntie, I got you your favorite." And he put like four of them on my table. And I was like, "Oh, thank you, honey." He was so sweet. Kid's got a good heart. I hope his mother doesn't ruin it. Yeah, there's no way I can hand candy out. One, I can't afford to buy candy, and two, I wouldn't be able to get to the door back and forth. That would kill me. We don't really. I've never even seen anybody trick or treating on my street. I mean, I live in the Alphabet streets, which You don't want to go knocking door to door here. I mean, my section of this, my street is okay, but down at the end, you got the racist rednecks, and then at the other end, there are a few drug dealers, and yeah, you just don't want to knock on doors on the street. Wow, Wendy. My cousin actually got a razor blade and a candied apple, and it cut her mouth. She had to go to the hospital. So, because what they did is they inserted the really thin, flat razor in it, and then they covered it with candy, so you couldn't see that there was a slice in the apple, and she bit right into it. Yeah, yeah, drug candy. Like people are actually going to share their drugs with kids. That's so funny. I mean, unless someone mixes up their bag of gummies with the Halloween candy, it's not going to happen. That's just expensive. Nobody is handing that out for free. Yeah, I agree. It's sick to want to hurt kids. And then there were the people that were putting nails and thumbtacks in balls of cheese and hiding them in parks and stuff for the dogs. So when you take your dog to the park or whatever, it grabs this thing of cheese and starts chewing on it and cuts up their mouth. Yeah, there's some sick fuckers out there. I remember when the edibles first became a thing that you could get, gummies and all that, and they were all like, "Oh, people are gonna put these in your kids' Halloween bags." I'm like, "Do you guys know how expensive those things are? Nobody is giving away their gummies or their edibles. You know what I mean? Shit's costly. They're not doing it." But they tried to make it a big thing because they wanted, people not to be able to get edibles. They wanted it made illegal and all that. Yeah. I mean, I could see somebody trying to take Kathy's edibles. Groovy girl will be there with a pitchfork or something, going, "Get away from my edibles!" They're my groovy magic gummies. Go away. She'd tell those fuckers, "Go look in a dumpster if you want candy. Go away." Right? Dibble's not giving away her drugs either. Screw you. Go get your own drugs. I wish I had drugs. Certain ones. But that's a whole different story. Whole nother thing. Oh, that fentanyl stuff they were talking about? Yeah. That stuff's expensive too. Hey, Annie. Rainbow fentanyl. All right, I'll look it up. Ugh. Yeah, it looks like candy, but it still looks like pills too. Hmm. Unless they don't have it in the pill form. If they just have it in the chunk form, then yeah, it looks like candy. Well, just keep an eye out for unusual looking crap in your kids' bags. You know? I don't know. As far as I know, fentanyl's not cheap. Huh. Fake pills laced with fentanyl are beginning to look like candy in an effort to lure young Americans. This is also known as rainbow fentanyl. Rainbow fentanyl comes in a variety of bright colors, shapes, and sizes, including pills, powder, and blocks that resemble sidewalk chalk. Hmm. Effects include relaxation, euphoria, pain relief. Okay, so far fentanyl sounds good, but I know it's really dangerous. So, sedation, confusion, that was a bad one. Drowsiness, dizziness, nausea, and vomiting. Urinary retention, pupillary constriction, and respiratory depression. All right, so it started off good and ended really bad, but it doesn't say anything about how much it costs. And it can kill you. Yeah. Yeah, people have a weird idea of what's fun. Well, just keep an eye out for it because I mean, unless they're going to the point of repackaging it and putting it in like branded candy containers, it's going to be in a Ziploc or wrapped up with cellophane. So, definitely don't let your kids eat that. Actually, he died of pro, propofol, propofol, and benzodiazepine, not fentanyl. Propofol, which I'm probably saying wrong. Medical drugs. They can't just give them, cool names like Bob. Um, is a drug that helps you relax or sleep before and during surgery or other medical procedures. So, good Lord knows what he needed that for, with all his plastic surgery. Yeah, he didn't. Michael Jackson didn't die from fentanyl. Propofol. Yeah, that one, and benzodiazepine, which was doctor prescribed, and the doctor gave it to him. So No, I don't think so. But again, you also don't know what milligrams are in anything that's homemade. You know what I mean? So you don't know how much of a drug is in something. I mean, the way they come in pill form or whatever, one of those pills could be an overdose in itself. So yeah, if you just see anything unusual or that doesn't belong in your kid's candy, chuck it. Because nobody's going to take sweet tarts out of the package and put it in a Ziploc bag. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was. Michael Jackson himself was a sad state, but yeah, it was a not a good way to go. John could too. He would drink coffee all day long, well until his pancreatitis started kicking his ass. His doctor told me he was allowed 1 cup a day. Yeah, that didn't go over. But he could drink coffee and then fall asleep. I still miss hearing his coffee when he'd wake up. As soon as he was waking up to speak, that's all he would say. It's coffee. And somebody would have to make him a cup of coffee and bring it to him. After he got married, that was Issa's job, and he was not happy because her coffee sucked. He was happy when he got the Keurig because then she couldn't ruin his coffee. I don't drink coffee, and I make really good coffee. It's weird, but it's like, well, thank God I don't have to make you needy ass coffee anymore. She used to get so mad because the general rule was he had to drink a cup of coffee before you started trying to talk to him. Um, that's what he told her anyway. I would go out there and start having a conversation with him before he even got the first sip. And she's like, "How come Kodi doesn't have to wait?" He goes, "Because Kodi will hurt me." Kodi wants to talk to you. She's going to talk to you, whether you respond or not. So yeah, she tried it once. He ignored her. And she's like, "You're not talking to me." He goes, "Coffee." I miss that fucker. She never got why Halloween was such a big deal to us either. You know, which for us it wasn't Halloween so much as Samhain, which is the pagan holiday. But she didn't get it. She was all about wanting to dress up and get candy. She wanted to go trick or treating when she was pregnant. She said, "What? I'm pregnant. I have a child. I can go trick or treating." She was never allowed to go trick or treating as a kid because her parents were this off branch Christian trick or treating is the devil's work type of people. So I'm like, what are you going to do? Go trick or treating as a pregnant nun and you really are pregnant? I'm like, I'm like, you're an adult. You don't trick or treat. So then the next year he was turning a year old the day after. He was supposed to be born on Halloween. The nurses at the hospital here slowed down her contractions so he would not be born on Halloween, so he wouldn't have any issues about being the devil child. Yeah, they were off the mark. Um, but so he was turning a year old. She wanted to go trick or treating. I mean, he's a baby. Everybody's gonna know the candy's not for him. Yeah, I'm like, stop. What is wrong with you? Yeah. She was so happy when he was finally old enough to go trick or treating so that she could go trick or treating. And she didn't care about him being able to do it. She wanted to do it. And then she had the balls the last Halloween when he was he was kind of like a John's big thing is he always wanted to go to Mardi Gras or at least go to New Orleans. And so he bought this like stereotypical voodoo type of hat, which is what I have in my closet. And he got some round glasses. He looked funny. I mean, he looked good, but it was funny. Um, and she comes walking in, and I'm like, "What are you wearing?" She dressed as a witch, and not a good one. I'm like, the clothes didn't fit her right. She insisted she was a certain size that she was not. She did not look good. I'm like, "What are you doing?" I was I was not happy the fact that I'm pagan and she decided to dress as a witch. I'm like, I should be really offended right now. But the costume ended up not fitting her, so she couldn't wear it anyway. Yeah, I don't drink monster drinks either. I don't drink any of those energy drinks. All right. So that's the hat I was talking about. Those are not the glasses he had that went with the hat, but that's the hat I was talking about. He's wearing his Punisher shirt. This is not the whole costume. He just wanted me to take a picture of him in his hat. Dibble, you are an adorable witch. Dibble sent me pictures of all these different costume ideas. She makes the cutest little witch. So that's John's hat. That's the hat I have in my closet. It's got like little bones and feathers and all kinds of stuff. It's supposed to be like a little voodoo guy hat. He was so happy when he got that hat. He looks so serious, doesn't he? He refuses to smile. Whenever I took a picture, he didn't want to smile. So this is what we got. Yeah. What, Dibble? Oh my God, shush. What? Oh, shush. You do. You look adorable. And I told you, put a crown on the hat, get a sparkly wand, and you're a princess witch or a witch princess, whichever you prefer. Yeah. I used to get when John would go to work with me when I worked at Walmart, like when we didn't have the kids or whatever. I had to work, and he'd be like, "Oh, I'll go with you." I'm like, "You can walk around Walmart for a few hours." He goes, "Sure, why not?" He would show up and he'd be wearing his trench coat, even if it was at night. He'd be wearing his trench coat and he'd have his glasses on. He'd be walking around Walmart, and looking like a serial killer. And I would get calls from every department he was in going, "Hey, there's a suspicious guy in my department. I think you should come check him out." And I'd get there and it was John. I'd be like, ugh. It was so funny. But he did. And he walked like a serial killer. Well, he had like a military walk because he grew up, his dad was career Navy. So he grew up on military bases. And so he had that very powerful, get out of my way type of walk that, and he knew martial arts. So, that very confident walk. And, but when he wore the trench coat and the glasses, he, he looked like a damn serial killer. It was so funny. I was like, "You're freaking everybody out in here." He goes, "Why?" I was like, "Cause Mr. Serial Killer, they're all freaking out." He goes, "Is that what all those calls are about me?" I'm like, "Yep." Yeah, it was funny. I know you wanted to be a princess. But maybe, being a witch, people won't try and pick you up. No, he left the trench coat open. He never like buttoned it all the way down or anything. So people knew he was wearing clothes. He definitely was scary. Like, he was very intimidating when he wanted to be. Not to me, but to random people. I called his license, his state ID, his serial killer identification. Right, Devil? See, it's another good reason being fat. Nobody can pick me up. I'm harder to kidnap. Well, princesses have wands, don't they? Fairy princesses do. And witches can use wands too. Haven't you seen Harry Potter? Hello, Amora. Dog, get off my phone. What is up with you? Yeah, which wand? Why not? It's Halloween. You can do anything you damn well want to do. Gotta feel bad for the woman that played the bad witch in the Wizard of Oz, man. She got hurt. Um, the Wizard of Oz was not a safe movie to work on. A lot of people got hurt. But the woman who played the Wicked Witch of the West, when she shows up in Munchkinland, she shows up in a puff of red smoke, right? And the way they did that was there was a trap door in the floor, and they set off the pyrotechnics, and then she comes up through the smoke. Well, when she's leaving, she's actually standing there when they do the pyrotechnics because the smoke has to cover up her going back through the floor, and something went wrong with the pyrotechnics, and it actually burned her on her hands and her face. And sure, Dibble, why not? Just tell everybody that the bucket of skulls is what happens to people who pick you up. um, and because the green makeup they used on her had copper in it, it like fused to her skin. So on at the studio, they're trying to get the makeup off. Hey, Barbara, and they're trying to scrub it with alcohol, and yeah, She was down and out for a couple of months recovering from that, and she refused to work with anything fire. No, do not be a green face witch. Um, she refused to work with pyrotechnics again. So in the scene where the witch is skywriting on the broom, doing close-ups for that to show the witch, they actually had a stunt double do that. And that damn broom thing, the whole pyrotechnic things for that, for the smoke, blew up and ended up scarring her legs. So yeah, it was not healthy to be a witch on Wizard of Oz. Either houses landed on you, or shit blew up, or caught you on fire. Oh, happy belated birthday, Barbara. Yeah, don't be green face. Green face is so stereotypical, and we actually take offense to that because real witches don't have green skin. You know, we don't have warts and big noses either. Well, my nose might be a little bit. I don't know. It's funny though because the no, you don't need dark crackly hands. Um, the official town symbol of Salem, Massachusetts, is a stereotypical witch on a broom. It's everywhere, even on their police cars, or it was. I don't know if they changed it, but yeah, they've embraced the monstrosity of their past to turn it into something positive, which is a good thing. Although it still bugs me whenever anybody says, "Oh, you could burn like the witches in Salem." None of the witches in Salem, none of the people accused of being witches in Salem, got burned. All of them except one was hung, and the last one, which was a man, was pressed to death. Oh, there you go. So yeah, but there were nobody got burned in Salem. It bugs me when people say that, or when I hear it in movies or whatever. I'm like, oh, come on, you can't be a little more accurate. Accuracy in Hollywood is an oxymoron. I'm glad Disney didn't make the Sanderson sisters green. I would have been so pissed off. Well, I will say the thing a lot of pagans have a problem with is they get very offended at the way that they get portrayed in different aspects um, at Halloween, and they need to not. It's all in fun. Nobody is making a statement with their costume. You know what I mean? If a little kid is dressed up as a little green faced witch, leave her alone, or him, whichever. You know what I mean? People get so oversensitized that they're being attacked or somebody is trying to say something against them that some of them get out of control. I mean, I bust on people sometimes, like Victoria when she says she cackles like a witch. I'm like, really? How many witches do you know that cackle? You know what I mean? I'll bust on her, but I'm not genuinely offended. You know what I mean? Because they do in all the movies that you see, which is what most people are exposed to. They have this maniacal evil witch cackling. You know, I don't know, Devil. No, I still got 13 people in here. Okay, Wendy, thanks for stopping in. Have a great day. Have an awesome weekend. Love you too. So I don't know, but it is a pagan holiday, and you know When the veil is thin, I'll be lighting a candle for John and Desiree's father, both of whom we lost way too soon. My oldest daughter's father, Stephen. My very first love. He was in his 40s and had a heart attack. That's when Desiree said she wished I had died instead of him. Yeah. But yeah, I fell in love with him the instant I saw him when I was 13 in high school. Not a mentally healthy relationship in any way, shape, or form, but it was what it was, you know. Damn, dog. Got a bug in your ear? What's wrong with you? Yeah, he passed 8 years ago, I think. Yeah. Somewhere in there. Dates are hard for me to remember. So I'm trying to think if I have anything that irritated me aside from my own horrible luck this past week and the week before and the week before that, and etc. See anything that annoyed me at auction? Oh, people who are selling something and then hold up something else or a few other things, and then everybody in the chat gets interested in the other things as well, and they're all clamoring about, well, how much is that and what size is it? Like, say it's a ring. And so you've got people inquiring about like 4 different things, but you're only selling these things one at a time. It's like, do not pick up anything else. If you are showing a ring, only show that ring. When you are done selling it, then show the next one. Stop causing confusion in the chat. It is so hard for moderators to keep track of that and try and organize it. And if you have something that is not tested, either metal or stone, don't call it by the stone's name. Like, if you have a big green ring, you know, a ring with a big green stone in it, don't say, okay, well, this one's an emerald. No, it's not an emerald. You didn't test it. It's emerald colored and it's silver tone. It's marked but not tested. So you can't say that it's absolutely silver unless you purchase it from a store. You know what I mean? I was not moderating that auction, Dibble, or I would have been done. I would, because they also weren't listening to instructions. I was in the chat and I tried to say, you know, well, it's not emerald, it's emerald color. And then the next one is, they called it something else. It's called, the next one is something. And I'm just like, no, it's not the stone. You didn't test anything. They're not being accurate. And there are people that, I mean, we want to assume that everybody's going to have the common sense enough to know that something, you know, a stone the size of something you could ice skate on isn't going to be the actual stone. That's cut glass or it's crystal. We want to assume that everybody's going to know that, but there are people that don't. and they'll buy it and find out that it's not silver and it's, glass, and then they get pissed off, and it's like, well, you're not going to buy, an emerald ring, sterling silver emerald ring for $3. Come on. You know what I mean? But we've all learned that just because something is stamped 925 does not automatically make it silver. And then they were looking for a magnet. Just because it's not magnetic also does not make it silver, because there are aluminum. Yeah, $14 emerald. There are aluminum and stainless steel. Neither of those is, neither of them is magnetic. So you can't go by magnet tests either. And so much stuff is coming out of China that's marked 925 and it's not. It's like barely plated, if at all. Usually it's just a base metal they stamp with 925. So when you're selling something, be transparent about your information. It's not tested. It's just a colored stone, and it's marked but not tested. So, but they weren't listening to that, and they just kept going on. And I left. I was like, no, I can't. Not only that, but holding up multiple items when you're showing one. It would be different if they were doing for choice, but they weren't. They were one at a time, and at that point, and and say that was their third item. They've already shown 4 other, like, glimpses of 4 other things that people are interested in. So now they have to go through all of those, and they've already shown their because everybody gets so many things to show. So, well, see, like me personally, I'm allergic to a lot of metals. I can't wear a lot of metals. I can wear rhodium plated. I can wear sterling. I can wear gold. I can wear platinum. And I can apparently wear pewter and aluminum. But base metal and copper, I don't know about brass, but base metal and copper will turn my skin. So I have to be careful about what I put on my skin. And I got to think about accuracy. It's not an emerald, it's emerald colored. It's not a diamond, it's just a clear stone. I mean, it could be crystal, it could be glass, could be diamond, could be white topaz, could be white sapphire, it could be a whole slew of clear stones. If you don't test it, you don't know what it is. Don't say it's something when it's not. It's misleading, and I don't like that. So yeah, that was my pet peeve of the week, I think, was now, I mean, they're kind of new to auctions, as far as I know, but it is somebody that we tried to help, that, well, I tried to give information to before, and they're not listening. So if you're not going to listen and improve your presentation, then I have no use for that, and I'm out. And I left. I mean, you have to be willing to accept constructive criticism, and not just criticism, but advice. You know, and they're not doing that. So, I mean, I'd clarified something with Ella the other day, because she sells these pillowcases for decorative pillows. And she's always saying cushion cover, because in the UK they call them cushion covers, because your pillows, like your throw pillows that you put on your couch, are called cushions in the UK. Here we think of cushions as the, like, couch cushion, you sit on it, or a chair cushion is something that you put on the chair, like a hard chair. So I clarified it with her, and I was like, when you say cushion cover, do you mean to put a pillow in? She goes, no, you're not using them to sleep. I'm like, no, not a bed pillow, but, and then she goes, a cushion, and she picked up one of her couch pillows. I was like, yeah, okay, pillowcase. And someone told me that it doesn't matter, that everybody understood what she meant. But at the same time, somebody put in the chat and said, oh, I thought you meant chair cushion. So yeah, and I talked about it afterwards. She goes, no, you were fine. She goes, I didn't even realize, because of the different terminology, that people might have misunderstood it. I know, Dibble. I know. It sucks because there are so many cool rings that I would want to wear, and I can't. Um, or whatever. I can't wear them. The funny thing is I can wear sterling on my skin like a ring, but I can't use sterling ear wires. If I put earrings in, my ears will blow up and turn bright red and get all gross within 20 to 30 minutes if I put silver through my skin. Weird. I have the weirdest system. I'm a mess. But yeah, so somebody said something about, it doesn't matter. Well, it does matter. With the cushion thing. I mean, it's not a huge point, but I was trying to help out people in the chat that might not have understood it. And Ella was fine with it. She goes, "No, girl, you're fine." She goes, "If you do anything I don't like, I'll tell you." I'm like, "Yeah, it's not like you're shy." So, but basically they were trying to tell me to stop correcting Ella, and I wasn't correcting her. I was clarifying for people in the chat. I mean, the same thing is with their in the UK they call all stuffed animals bears. Have you guys noticed that with Wendy? She'll be like, "Look, I got this stuffed bear," and it's like a dog. I'm like, "That's a stuffed dog. It's not a bear." She goes, "It's a bear." I'm like, "No, it's a dog." They call all stuffed animals bears. It's kind of weird. And carpet. Like, you know how you have your area rugs? Well, here we have area rugs and like bathroom rugs and kitchen rugs. There, it's all called carpet. And for us, carpet is usually like a wall to wall thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's just a different terminology. And I was just clarifying because I mean, if you buy the cushion covers and think it's for a seat cushion and you get it and it's actually a pillowcase, I mean, you're gonna be a little irritated, I would think. But yeah. They're really nice covers too. She had a lot of Christmas ones that were really cute. I don't have a couch. I have no place to put decorative pillows, but they were very nice. And she had them at a really good price. Yeah, Dibble. The weirdest thing about my skin is I found out that somewhere along the line I became allergic to petroleum jelly, like Vaseline. Um, when I got attacked by the dog and I had the dog bites, they put Vaseline covered gauze on the wounds so that the gauze wouldn't stick to the bites. And within, I mean, I wasn't even home an hour and I started itching like crazy. And I'm like, "Oh my, this is not normal." I mean, I've had bites and cuts and things. This is not normal. And I took the wrapping off my arm and it was all bubbled up with water blisters. I was like, "Okay, allergic reaction to something. What the hell?" So I had to go back to the hospital and they were like, "Oh, you're having a reaction to the petroleum jelly." I'm like, "What?" "Yeah, white petroleum jelly. I am allergic to." So then they had to clean off everything again and get all that crap off of me and give me an antihistamine. And yeah, I'm like, figures. But yeah, I was never allergic to it before. And you would be amazed at how much stuff has white petroleum in it. If it's an ointment, it's most likely with white petroleum. So basically, if I have to use any kind of ointment, I have to look for one that has lanolin in it instead of the petroleum. So I was like, "Wow, I'm allergic to dead dinosaurs. Who would have figured?" Yeah, that was a fun experience. I've gone through some shit. I'm still going through shit. I want to rest now. I'm tired of going through shit. But the metal thing has been since I was a kid. You know. So when I was a teenager, I got fashion. I actually still have some of them. Got fashion rings like gold tone and silver tone, but I'd wear them once and I couldn't wear them again. So yeah, shit matters. Oh, Bobby, Bobby, my PayPal got hacked. That's the latest thing. On Thursday, I got an email saying that my transaction with Sony Entertainment went through, and I'm like, what? And I looked, and it was $75. Yeah, it was the last of the money because I've been using the money in my PayPal, which we couldn't get off my card. So my mom took money out of the bank to pay my rent, and then the money that was on my PayPal was for food that my mom would normally buy, but I ended up having to use some of it for bills, like legit bills, like internet that I got shut off. I had to pay it. I can't do without my internet, and then I just had to pay my electric bill, but and the water bill. These are all necessities of life. So, but yeah, they took the last of the money out of there to buy a, I don't know what they bought, but they set up a recurring payment plan so that it would take money out of my account every month. I'm like, oh hell no, what the hell? So I did dispute it, and they found in favor of me. But then they said it could take up to 5 days or more to get my money back into my account. And I'm like, it did hit my account this morning. So I had that to be able to pay my electric bill, which was 3 days overdue. So I was starting to panic that my electricity was going to get shut off, because then I'm really screwed. All my food will go bad. I won't be able to eat anything, cook anything, nothing. So got that taken care of. But yeah, that was the latest. Yeah. Telling you, girl, if it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have any at all. But, and I did check my disability card, and I do have a pending deposit on there for the small amount I get from Social Security. So I'm hoping that since there is a deposit coming in on my card, that means that my case is, fixed, and that I'll get the larger amount to live on next month. I should get both months, but I don't know if they're going to do that, because that information isn't coming up on the card yet. It's always something. Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you. I've had so many. Yeah, I couldn't make this shit up if I tried. I mean, I have a good imagination, but fuck, it's not that good. You know what I mean? I'm like, ugh. So, yeah, I got $28 for food. For the next couple of weeks. Should be interesting. I mean, I do have food in my house, so like the main stuff I'm fine with. It's just the little bits. The little bits that yeah. Girl, I'm a witch. If I can't bring myself good luck, nobody can. And believe me, I've tried. So hopefully that money comes in on my account, because Monday is my last day with my phone. I don't have the $83 for that. So I'm hoping I'm really, I mean, I got my SSI deposit on November 30th. So it was before the October cutoff that they, stopped my benefits in October. But now I'm getting one in November, and it's all tied together. So I'm hoping that means that they fixed my account and I'll get my money. Told you I wouldn't get a phone call, Dibble. So it's one thing after another after another. I'm like, I'm tired of this. Stop the world. I want to get off. Too crazy a ride. Mm-mm. Yeah. So that's the latest. Right. Yeah. And I mean, I have a PlayStation. I have made payments to PlayStation Network like, I don't know, 8 years ago. Because I bought an add-on for my game, but this isn't from that. I don't know where this went to. I wish I could find the information on, you know, who whatever it is going to, but they didn't have that information. I can't find it anywhere in my PayPal. But my PlayStation hasn't been out of the box in 3, 4 years, and I never play online, so I don't need to do a monthly thing for PlayStation Network. I'm like, what? I'm like, mm-mm. I was moderating in an auction when that payment was made. I'm like, nope, I did not make this payment. So I fixed the security on my account. I changed my password. I changed my PIN number, all that happy stuff. But yeah, I was not a happy camper. Panic attack. I was like, oh my God, all my money is gone. Yeah. I'm just glad it happened when there was small amount and not the amount that my YouTube angel put in there initially, because that would have made me freak the fuck out. Yeah. I mean, I was still freaked out, but um, I bought food, so, And the landlord did finally show up a couple of days ago and get his rent. So I don't know why he just didn't wait until I have the next month's rent. It's only a few days away, hopefully. Unbelievable. It's like my emotions are seesawing. Something good will happen, something bad will happen. Something good happens, something bad happens. There might be something good happening, but I'm not really sure. Yeah, people wonder why I have stress. most of my stress is financial. Most of it. I mean, there are things that frustrate me physically, but mentally, mostly it's making sure my lights stay on and, you know, unbelievable. I did solve the problem of being able to do my labels. I brought my printer into my room. So now when I need to do labels, all I have to do is plug it into my computer, and I can print my labels. So I don't have to worry about transferring the laptop itself out to my studio, which was my biggest issue, because if my mom came and was only here and dropped stuff off and left, I couldn't do my labels. So now I do not have that problem. I did fix that problem, but now I can't do the last few labels that I have because I don't have the money to send it. But as soon as I do, those last few will go out. You solve one problem, you get a dozen more. I don't know. And yet still we mush on, right? We hang in there, we do what we need to do, deal with what we have to deal with. I'd kill for a pizza right now. But that's because I can't afford it. And whenever you can't get something, that's what you want, right? Ooh, fluffy? No. I don't even go into Conky's anymore, because just seeing that name irritates me, him and Squashy. I don't know nothing about nothing with him. I don't care. Hmm. I get a kick out of that. Flying out at 125. They couldn't have just said 130. I do hope you have a really good time, Dibble. Oh, really? Well, then why did you ask if I had any news from Conky's Mod? Who's modding now? I haven't been into Conky's, so I don't. You were talking about him though, right? Because if you're talking about somebody else, you'll have to be specific. Oh, someone else. You would have to be specific because I have no idea who's modding for him. Oh no, Bobby, tomorrow. She's leaving tomorrow. I mean, if they moderate, they're in the public, so it's not like, you can't say who moderates for Conky. It's a public thing. Who's his new permanent mod? Oh, damn. Yeah, who? Okay, he has a new permanent mod. Who? Who's modding for him? Yeah, definitely have fun. Hug everybody for me, Dibble. Dibble gonna put weights in her shoes so people can't pick her up. Watch out for Victoria's tackle hugs because you're little. That'll knock you over. I'm still waiting for Casual to tell me who Conky's mod is. Get lots of video, Debbie. And everybody, don't forget Mr. Jim has his auction tonight. Yep. Who's on right now? Lydia's on, and Melanie. Laura and Melanie are on. They're on Melanie's channel. All right. No, no, no. I love searching through 340 subscriptions. Oh, look, there's casual. Oh, Lenny is his mom? Yeah, I haven't talked to Lenny in probably over a year. Yeah, Victoria was saying she didn't want to wake everybody up. He's not starting at 11 a.m. Eastern because he'd already be on. And he's not on. As far as I know, might be. He's on at 12 Eastern. Because I got a notification for him. And let's see. Yep, starts in about 20 minutes for Mr. Jim. I'm going to miss it because I need to lay down. That sucks. Yeah, those damn time zones, Bobby, you know? Yeah, Mr. Jim's on in about 20 minutes. And I would love to go and drool over all the pretty things, but I am too tired to pay attention. Although I probably only sleep for an hour or so, and then I'll go. Somebody looking for the book Dragonology. You know what? I think I have that book, but I don't know where it is. If that's a D&D book, I have it. I'm pretty sure. Although that could be the one John tore in half when he was drunk and raging. And I cried. I was like, no, you didn't. I was so pissed off. Those books were expensive when I got them years ago. I remember them being like $35 for one of the D&D books. I didn't sleep. Like I said in the beginning, I probably slept a total of 2 hours, maybe 2.5. And that includes the hour before I came live. So this damn cat keeps bugging me. She's back in this mode. Every once in a while she goes through these phases where she just gotta be on me. And I'm like, go away. And she takes advantage when I'm sleeping because I can't shoo her away. And I'll wake up and she's like laying on my chest, or she's in the crook of my arm, or she's laying on my arm, or she's sticking a paw in my face. Her latest thing is using her whiskers to tickle my face while I'm sleeping. And it wakes me up. And I'm like, I don't get enough sleep as it is. Get away from me. All right, Bobby, have a great weekend. So, I mean, she'll go months without bugging me while I'm sleeping. And all of a sudden, she's at me all the time. So I'll be asleep for like 10 minutes and I got whiskers in my face. It must be chilly out because my heat just kicked on again. All right. Well, there's about 15 minutes before Mr. Jim hits it, so I'm gonna end this, and I'm gonna lay down, and y'all can go get your beverages refreshed and go to the bathroom and do whatever. Go watch Mr. Jim. Because my ass tired. I'm seriously falling asleep sitting up here. And y'all, you don't want to hear me snoring. So I hope everybody has a great weekend. And yeah, Dibble, go finish packing. We know you leave that till the last minute. Have a great weekend. Dibble, have so much fun. And I wish I was going with you. I hope you have a great time. I hope everybody that's there has a great time. Victoria. Figure she shows up when I'm leaving. Have you been lurking? Lurker. Victoria, don't knock Dibble over with your tackle hug. And don't pick her up. Okay. I still think that Victoria should go as Gru. Since she is like the master of minions over there, she should go as Gru for Halloween. All right. I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate all of you. Well, Dibble, I'm sure you don't have to worry about it. I mean, Nana's got to have some shoe boxes around. Dresser drawer, something. Oh, you mean clothes? My bad. All right. Everybody have a great weekend. Don't forget Mr. Jim in 15 minutes. I'll see y'all around the tube after I try and get some sleep. The cat is like right here. Doo-doo head. I love you, Dibble. Bye, y'all.